This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
Crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, will burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest night,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to another week of Sector 2814, and I'm sorry, Russell, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil, joining me as always, Master of the Core, it is.
I am Will, hey everyone.
And Master of Staying Awake, I trust you, Conan. It is.
Yes, this is Matt from my
Podcast.
pillow-filled apartment studio. Not my pillow, but pillows-filled apartment.
His mother-in-law took the other room, so if you hear a woman yelling at him in a different language, we won't know
Blessing
which
in
one.
disguise, yeah.
All right, so yeah, hey, feel honored. Russell sent in bumpers, just like a generic Capes and Lunatics and a Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks one. The only show he got specific on was Sector 2814.
Wow, thank you, Russell.
Well, yeah, thanks, Russell.
He's been a busy
Thanks
bee.
for channeling Freddy Krueger on that. That was pretty...
I know. He's been sending feedback for the various shows, and then he even sent me stuff, what was it, yesterday or the day before, like this.
Sausage Man!
All right.
Sausage Man!
Do the other one.
I half expected to say
Sausage Man does whatever a sausage can.
Sausage! I think you think you brought him in, Ray, so you created your own monster there. All right, so what is up, gentlemen? I see the Kickstarter. The books are going out here soon, huh, Will?
They should be. I did not get a tracking email today, so I hopefully will get it tomorrow, but my hope is that the books will be here and I can start shipping stuff out next week, so I'm excited.
Nice.
Very excited.
I wanted to read the digital. I saw we got the digitals. I wanted to read it before tonight. I didn't get a chance, so I think maybe tomorrow when I read my weekly comics, maybe I'll read that.
Cool. I'm very interested in feedback, so yeah, love to know what you think of it.
Oh, yeah, because I got half a day tomorrow, so I think I'll come home and read some comics.
Sounds like a good plan. That makes a good day, doesn't it? Just
Yeah, and then I'm off on
read the
Thursday.
comics.
Then I'm off on Thursday, so it's like, yeah. Read some comics.
I get that PDF on my to-read pile, too, Will. I'm looking
Cool.
forward to it.
Awesome. And yeah, I mean, if you read the newsletter, then you know that I did read the first issue of Far Sector, which was really, really good, I thought. Nice setup. The art was beautiful. I mean, it's just spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm intrigued by this writer. She's good. She's really good so far. So we'll see how it goes on the rest of the series. But the first issue was a really strong debut, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll give her like another run at this, because I think this one's only 12 issues or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a pretty established science fiction writer, I believe.
Yeah, I was looking. Yeah, I looked her up the one time. Yeah, a bunch of credits. Yeah, and science fiction books. Yeah,
and that gives this a really clear science fiction feel to it. I mean, she throws in a lot of really neat, sci-fi concepts and stuff, about this city and the inhabitants and all that fun stuff.
Oh,
so yeah, it's looking forward to. I can read the first 4.
See, see you kids who badmouth comics. It's like, I know I don't get to read like regular books anymore. I know at the time like I used to, but yeah, I mean, like again, this Far Sector gives you a chance that you maybe maybe get a little taste of a work of some author maybe you might not have heard of before.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's I'll probably try to seek out some of her other work and see what it's like. But yeah, it's a good book. I am really looking forward to reading on. I think I've got 1 through 4, 8, 9, and 10, maybe.
Yeah, I'm missing like 2 or 3 issues. Yeah, I'm trying to hunt them down. But yeah, for the most, yeah. Like I said, I forget how far I got on DC Universe, but there's someone there.
Oh, I have to show you guys this.
Oh boy.
This is a.
I'm always scared when I hear that from a guy from Arkansas.
This is something that I have been searching for since I found out it existed over 20 years ago.
Wow. It's a grail alert.
I have never been able to find it. I got to see a big Xerox of the original art for it, but I've never found it until eBay. Here we go.
Oh wait.
This is
Mark Grunwald as Quasar.
Yeah, the editor card from 1992 of Mark Grunwald.
I didn't even know that existed.
It is the art's by Greg Capullo and Harry Candelario. So it's the team from the book at that time. It's not signed, which you're supposed to be able to sign it on the back.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're getting Mark Grunwald's signature.
I'm not going to get that yet, but still, I've been looking for this thing forever, and I finally got it.
How rare is that? How many did they make of those? Do you know?
I have no clue.
Awesome.
Where'd they sell those? Were they sold separately, or did they come with something?
I think they printed them up for the editors and the staff to give out at cons. I think so. I think there's probably a lot of them out there. It's just I'd never run across one. I'd seen a picture of one, but I'd never.
I was gonna say I never even heard of them. So.
And there's a gold one from the year before where he's got like Cap Shield and a Quantum Band, I think, and I've had that one for a long time, but that's the one that I could not find and finally found. So mark that off the list.
I bet you it's probably rare because in '92 they're probably giving them out and people were just like, oh, what's this silly thing, and just like lost them or threw them out, and it's like, yeah, especially now that he's gone, that's going to be worth something.
But Capullo, Candelario, Quasar.
Oh yeah, that art's beautiful too. Yeah, black and white.
So fellow Quasar aficionados, I figured you guys might appreciate that.
Oh, of course.
That's like
I feel like it might be more rare that it's not signed. I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
That's like that's like that episode of Big Bang Theory when they're going to go meet Stan Lee and Sheldon's like, I'm going to get Mr. Lee to sign my copy of Batman. Because it's like no one has a copy of Batman signed by Stan Lee.
I wonder how many times he was approached after that to sign a copy of Batman.
Damn sure. But I was going to say, at some point, maybe after a couple issues are out, we might have to do a special edition of the Quantum Zone just to cover some of those Guardians of the Galaxy issues.
Yeah, I know you messaged us. How was? He just basically appeared on the last page.
Yeah, they
right?
literally just threw up a splash page of the team on the last page. I mean, that was the only thing he appeared in that issue. So. Because Ray messaged me this morning, he was all thrilled. I don't know if he knew the whole story because he's like, oh my god, he's like Hercules. Well, Hercules is one of his favorites. He's like Hercules and Wendell are going to be on the same team.
It's called the Avengers. Sorry.
I know. I guess he means currently, but he's like,
I know. I just like to give Ray crap.
So I think I don't know if he's going to go back and get any of the previous issues because I was like, Hercules has been on the team already, but yeah, I think he's going to jump in if nothing else on the new one. Both Quasars look like they're going to be... Like I said, they tease like a big team. I'm like, I wonder how many of these characters are going to stick around, though.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Have to wait and see. I need to get my copy. That's Guardians of the Galaxy number 12, right?
Yeah, with him on the last page, yeah.
Okay,
cool. I was going to say 13th not out yet, so...
Very cool.
So Kona, have you read or watched anything that isn't Lamar's videos?
I watched the second Winter Soldier
Oh yeah,
episode,
Winter Soldier. Yeah, Captain America,
Yeah.
or Falcon, Winter Soldier. Yeah.
but I haven't read any new comics. I've been getting too busy to start talking about Boston history again and having a baby and stuff like that. So, but I will make time for Crossover Division #1 this
I
week.
appreciate it.
So yeah, I'm excited.
I'm
I
honored.
honestly forgot that we would get the digital version first. So
Yeah, that's one of the things I like to make sure that if somebody's going to, spend the bucks to get a physical copy, then whatever digital stuff is just thrown in,
that's
because
really cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you caught up on Falcon and Winter Soldier 2, Will?
I'm enjoying it. It's I had forgotten how much I dislike John Walker.
I know that's like I think after the first episode, and people were like shocked by the ending of the first one. And I think he was like, "Oh, I hope people don't hate my character." I'm like, dude, that's the point of your character.
That's your point.
People are
Total
supposed
point.
to hate. If you're not doing your job, if people don't hate you in that role.
Yeah.
But are we kind of spoiler free here? Can I talk a little bit about, because I do have a question about he and Battlestar.
I mean, it's kind of been days. It's been days since it's been out. Yeah, go ahead.
So, are they enhanced? Because they're fighting enhanced. I feel like they've got.
I mean, did you see that
they're
video of him
enhanced.
whipping that shield around? He has to be
That's kind of what I was thinking
strength
too.
augmented or something. I mean, just like those guys they're hunting, they got to be strength augmented.
I mean, he said in the TV interview that he didn't have super strength, but
I know
and
That-
a lot of
that could've-
professional athletes have said that. The big baseball steroids trial.
Yeah.
Rafael Palmeiro shaking his finger, and
That's
then
right. It's
2
gonna be
minutes
big-
later got popped.
It's going to be a big steroid day. Yeah, I mean, again, yeah. I think that's going to be part of the thing. He's going to be caught in a lie that wasn't strength augmented, but he is.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I mean, as a character, he hasn't done anything super unlikable per se. Besides general smarminess, and those of us who are in the know and kind of are familiar with the character, and besides, of course, replacing an icon. But he hasn't done besides losing his first battle. But that's not broadcast on TV or anything. So,
But again, I mean, in the comics, he was like that. I mean, he wasn't that bad until he just slowly kept going off the deep end, and
couldn't
yeah,
handle it. Yeah, he wasn't made of the same stuff that Steve Rogers was. So
yeah, especially once his parents get killed. Yeah, he's like really off the deep end.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I think I like where this is going with Falcon. So yeah, I'm not gonna.
I mean, we got so much in episode 2. They mentioned the Power Broker. We got Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, six episodes. It seems like they're gonna be throwing a lot of stuff at us.
Yeah, because we'll be halfway after this Friday, so 3 hours in.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh hey, did you guys watch Invincible? They put the first 3 episodes up on Amazon.
I have not seen it yet. I've heard great things about it though.
Oh yeah, it's good. I mean, at least so far, it's followed the comic pretty closely. Yeah.
I mean, I know a spoiler on. Oh yeah, that was sorry. Yeah, Matt. Sorry, I didn't see that chat. Yeah, that's the one. I know kind of what happens. Some of the spoilery stuff in Invincible.
Yeah, they put out the first 3 episodes. They didn't do like the big reveal yet. Yeah.
Okay. But I may have to. I'll talk to Stace. I mean, we may. We're kind of looking for another show now.
Yeah.
So
again, it's like they put out the first 3 episodes last week, and then I think it's going to be 1 a week now, and I think this first season is only going to be 8.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they reached like 40 some minutes. It was like a Falcon Winter Soldier episode, basically lengthwise.
I mean, how many issues did that series run?
Oh, it was like 100. Was it 144 or something? It was something. I think it was like 140 some. Because like that's the thing. I was like, Robert Kirkman. He doesn't milk it to get like to a big number. Because like Walking Dead ended on like 192 or 193 or something. I mean, he easily could have coasted to 200, but he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I may have to because I've heard great things about Invincible, and I've even read, I think, the first issue because it was free or something. But I never really got into it. But lots of people have recommended it.
Yeah, I caught up on it towards the end of like the comic run. Like they reprint the whole thing, and you can get like 3 big omnibuses of it, and it does the whole series. Yeah,
I may have to do that.
I mean, they weren't like hardback; they were like they're paperbacks,
just
but
big trades.
they're almost like pit phone books. But I mean, yeah. So they were, I think what were they each? They were maybe like 40 some bucks a piece or something.
Mm-hmm.
So altogether it was like 120 or 130 some bucks, and again, literally is still like less than $1 an issue.
Yeah, especially it's like 140 something. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
very cool.
So they're out there. I mean, yeah, it's a good series. Like me and Lilith were talking. I'm thinking if it only goes to 8 episodes, season 1, I wonder if that's when they're going to do the big, that first big reveal.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, and it's mature audiences, kids. So yeah, maybe not have the kids watch it. They're dropping F-bombs and got the violence, the bloody violence.
The bloody violence, yeah.
But I love that gag. If like like I think he does it a few times. But when he first discovers his powers and he whips that trash bag up in the air, like he's working at a fast food place and he's like waiting for his powers to kick in, and he throws the bag up there. He's like, oh, finally. In the comic, like they did the gag. It came down like I don't know in Europe, like a couple issues later or something. And they did that. They did that gag at least 2 or 3 more times in the series.
Nice.
All right, so should we get to these 2 issues?
Sounds good to me.
I think Will's chomping at the bit. We got some Hal Jordan tonight.
Yes.
Heavy on the Hal. Yeah.
All right, so yes, we are covering Green Lantern 20 and Volume 3, 20 and 21. Issue 20 from January 1992.
Hey, same year as this, I think.
Oh, the card, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, you could tell what comics we love. We were covering some like early 90s Quasar. Now we're covering
early 90s Green Lantern, yeah.
I mean, again, we're going to get out of the 90s eventually here, but, All right, so Regeneration, Part 1, The Deal. Okay, Hal Jordan calls upon all the currently active members of the Green Lantern Corps back to Oa. He hopes to discuss a new system for inducting and training Green Lanterns. When he calls on Brick, however, she disappears suddenly. On Oa, Hal explains to the other corpsmen that he's cut a deal with the Guardians of the Universe that if he can create a corps membership of 12 Lanterns, he will be allowed to go back to his old Sector 2814 instead of being forced to scour the universe for 3,600 members. However, he still needs 5 more members to meet that goal.
Wasn't there? Did you guys have some weird coloring in yours? Like page 1?
What? Like where?
It looks really kind of like washed
Purpley.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Guy Gardner's hair is blue.
Yeah. Gnort is straight up purple.
Mm-hmm.
Mine.
On page 1?
Yeah.
No, mine seems okay.
Yeah. Guy Gardner's got blue hair.
Huh.
He's fighting a purple, pink, like a magenta savage dragon. And,
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Are you guys reading digitally?
Yeah.
I am.
I wonder if it was something with the scanning it in or whatever. Because I'm reading straight paper. Yeah, guy's got his usual.
Cool. Very good.
Interesting.
So I wonder if it was a part of the digitizing it.
Same technology.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We didn't even talk about After ribbing Hal about how he has generally failed to incorporate a large number of female members to the Corps, he calls on Chazalon and Larvox to introduce him to the choices they have recruited. Chazalon's recruit is Boudica, a brash and violent warrior woman. Hal is reluctant, but Kilowog begs Hal to accept her, knowing that training her would be a crowning achievement for him.
Kilowog is awesome.
It's like, yeah, breaker, Hal, come on. Larvox's recruit is Amanita, a sentient fungus whose metabolism is so slow as to make communication a test of patience.
What was that? Hello, basically happy to meet you over 2 pages while they're having like 2 other discussions going on.
I mean, couldn't you use the Rings translation, speed that up maybe a little bit?
I would think you could, but
Hal accepts both candidates, recognizing that he needs to accept the value of a diverse core. He sets off to find Brick, who he hopes is not in any danger. He arrives at Stone World, home of the Obsidian folk. He meets Kawari there and tries to ignore the man's obvious disdain for the pumice people while they seek out Brick. In outer space, Hal and Kawari encounter a strange villain named Flicker, who claims to be recruiting as well. Alright, so thoughts on this? Maybe to start with the cover. Why is Hal's head in Boudica's armpit?
I thought it was an okay issue, but I mean, not really a lot happens.
Again, I think it's a lot of setup for
the
next one, and then the 3 we're doing next week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that this is a 2-parter.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a prelude to the 3-parter. Yeah.
I've got to mute. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm the least familiar with the world of Green Lantern, as you know, so it seems like this issue had a lot of crossover between Justice Leagues that I didn't read in the lead up to this, or maybe some backstory that would enhance this present issue. But as far as the new recruits and the aliens and stuff like that, I thought they were interesting. I think that this sort of storyline with the wanting to be more female friendly is progressive, especially for the 90s. Although the first strong female character is very strong. She's almost like a pro wrestler China, tossing him around and getting it in his face, which that's a good way to make an impression. It's sort of like the prison mentality. In your first day, you punch the biggest person there to show them that you're tough. But
yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think Boudica's whole race might be like that. But yeah, I mean, she definitely made an impression on Kilowog.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, and then it sort of gets away from that, and then you have Hal Jordan going on his mission, and I did like the sort of cosmic invisible threat that cloaked guy. What's his name?
Flicker.
Oh yeah, Flicker, of course. Although in the next issue, I like Flicker a lot less because
yes,
I prefer his space cloak costume to his actual costume, which is kind of ridiculous.
I know.
And I did notice he's got a nice pair of high heels on the very last page, which I didn't notice upon my initial reading. But it's a good cliffhanger of an ending. The same with Hal getting lassoed in, and choked with a yellow jump rope, cosmic jump rope.
I know. I mean, almost like a Wonder Woman thing.
Yeah, maybe it was proper stolen from an Amazonian planet.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll talk a little bit with Will about this, but it's I don't know why in the 90s they took their sweet time rebuilding the core, because once we get the rebirth, I mean, they start rebuilding the core pretty quick.
Yeah, and I feel like they just separated everyone to their different parts of the galaxy, and now they're bringing them back together again. It's almost like this could have been an email, pre-email popularity.
Well, I guess
course,
I mean, I don't know if they feel like they can have more in-person meetings because there's only 8 of them instead of 3,600.
Yeah, that's also a pretty good point. Yeah. What do you think about the artwork? I know Guy Gardner wasn't in it that much, but I feel like he looked a little bit different than what I had been accustomed to.
Well, yeah.
I thought I did like the artwork, but just there were some aspects of it that like stuck out because all the other characters looked pretty much the same. Gnort and Kilrog and Hal, but
well, yeah, because what is that? Joe Stanton's been drawing a lot of the guy-centric stuff, and this is Pat Broderick, I think, who's been doing most of the Hal stuff. So yeah, it's funny. I guess his who is that? Is that Mark Bright who's been doing the John stuff? I guess his style's not too much different, but yeah, it's a little different, more different than the Joe Stanton stuff.
Yeah. Just observations. Not, I for sure am not criticizing too much. It's not stand out like I have a problem with this art. Just one little thing that I noticed.
Yeah, I mean it's not even a bad issue. It's like you said, it's like a lot of setup for like the next couple issues, and now we know Hal has a mission: recruit like 5 more lanterns so you can get Earth back.
Yeah, that's still hanging over us, right?
Yep, and guys not gonna like that.
No. And I assume he's been doing nothing but burning bridges in the Justice League with all the antics from the last few issues. He's a hothead. We saw that in other ones that we've gone over so far as well. So.
But I like the continuity where they're like, oh yeah, guys in the middle of a Justice League thing. But I think that was a lot of that was just like, oh look, this is why he's not going to interfere. You know, he's not going to be a lot in this issue a lot because he's
playing Trivial Pursuit.
Exactly.
Yeah. I bet he'd be pretty good at Trivial Pursuit. Seems like he'd make that work for him.
Go fish. I was hoping to wait till Will got back to get to the next one, but I don't know.
We could go ahead and then do a little wrap up at the end.
True. But all right, before we do that, I was gonna ask you. So far, I mean, like I said, a lot of these you've been reading for the first time. What's like from like issue 1 to now? What's been like your favorite thing so far?
Well, I like the fact that all these different planets got thrown out and had to be figure it out for themselves, and that it's become a not easily wrapped up problem.
Yeah.
So I find myself more interested in the John Stewart stuff that kind of hit me by surprise, where I wasn't super familiar with John Stewart and the gargantuan tasks that he has. Not only like the pressure of Hal Jordan's shadow, but being between these two big personalities of Hal Jordan and Guy Gardner, and having to deal with many other personalities of people displaced from their homes and planets, forced to figure it out, and the guy can't even get a cup of coffee or a Streisand cassette tape. So, that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
But Will, we were talking about issue 20. We're like, it's a good story, but it's like a lot of setup. And it's like, do you find it weird that it's like, at this point in the 90s series, it's like it's taking them forever to rebuild this core? Meanwhile, once we get the rebirth, they're going to rebuild that core pretty quick.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to kind of talk a little bit about what Matt was saying, I really feel like the writers. I've read interviews with the writer, and he says how much he loved Hal, but I really feel like the story he most wanted to tell is John's story. The Mosaic. He set that up, and we got a tease for it. The last 4 issues, and then we get a whole series devoted to that. And Hal and Guy's kind of misadventures in the main title, and then in Guy's own title, they don't really, I think, measure up to the depth and the just the level of craft that's in Mosaic.
Well, because I think once they all go get their own solo books, kind of, it's like Hal and Guy are kind of like typical 90s superhero stuff. Yeah, the John Stewart stuff, as we'll see, is like way more something different.
Something way different.
Oh yeah, in a good way. Yeah.
And I think Matt's going to like it.
Oh yeah. It's trippy.
I know I did.
Mosaic is trippy in a good way.
Very much so. But that's something. Yeah. That's something else. Is that how they kind of each had their moment to shine a little bit in the first 8-issue arc.
Yeah.
But here we are up to 20, and there's not really been any. Oh my God! crowning moment of awesome moments, like you see in some movies for kind of any of them. I mean, I don't know. It's a little too, well, they all talk about their feelings so much, it feels like they're violating the rule of, show, don't tell. But, I mean, it's still good. It's just, to me, it's not as good as I remember it. Maybe nostalgia's playing a part there. Maybe it's not. But without, I can see why they made the choices they made to blow everything up, basically, in 50.
Yeah, and again, well, and I mean, I remember feeling kind of like this, but I'm seeing it now. It's like, I don't know if just the three of them in one book is kind of like everyone's slowing each other's momentum down. Once everyone gets their own book, it kind of gets better, where everyone can go, just
at least do their own thing at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, then in 50, everything gets blown up.
Blown up. Well,
right.
partially blown up.
Well, yeah. I mean, we get to a core of one again.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till we get to 52 and 53. Ray's favorite DC villain, Mongol.
Now,
although we get him at 46.
We'll have to talk Mongol, yeah.
All right, so any other thoughts on 20? Should we get to 21?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So yeah. Volume 3, number 21. Oh, yeah. I don't think... we didn't go over the creative team last time, but yeah, same creative teams. Yeah. Gerard Jones, Pat Broderick. Because that's what Conan was saying. He's like, he thought everybody looked pretty much the same, except he thought Guy looked a little different. I'm like, yeah, because that's not Joe Stanton, that's Pat Broderick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I said. I think, Mark Bright and Pat Broderick kind of almost similar styles, but Joe Stanton's kind of like
he's the cartoony one, so he's really easy to spot.
Yeah, so Pat Broderick, penciler, Romeo Tangiel, inker, Anthony Tullen, colorist, letterer Albert de Guzman, and Kevin Dooley, editor. So this one is called Trials. Pan-Galactic Placement Services has captured Hal Jordan, Brick, and two of their potential Green Lantern Corps recruits. So what? How do you pronounce that double A name? I
guess that's.
It's literally
You've just decided, so good job.
Yes. It's literally just uppercase A, lowercase A. And Quarry, both of whom represent rival species from Stone World. The placement...
Very cleverly named, right?
Stone World. Isn't that where, is that where Snoop Dogg's from? Oh, no, Stone World. Never mind. The placement
Stoned World, different place.
Never
it's
enough.
In the LBC.
There's never enough food, man. The placement services enforcer Flicker implants each of them with breaker switches that shut down their brain upon command. Flicker and his people then begin a reconditioning process by which they can control their new recruits and sell them off as warriors and enforcers to the highest bidder. Hal Jordan finds himself participating in what appears to be a job. Oh, it's going to be Hal's worst nightmare, a job interview. Fortunately, Hal's willpower disrupts the nature of the process, and he realizes that something is amiss. When the illusion breaks down after he mentions the name Carol Ferris. And I mean, talk about foreshadowing. We got another editor's note in issue 20 for Action Comics 601. That's when Catman died, remember?
That's right.
Yeah. Quite brutally, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder why we mentioned that. Now we're mentioning Carol. Hal begins to break free, but Flicker's boss activates the breaker switch, shutting him down. While unconscious, Hal is tormented by visions of Star Sapphire, John Stewart, and the murder of Katma Tui. He knows that Sapphire is out there somewhere. Hal's guilt over Katma's death is overwhelming and prods him to overcome the breaker switch's effect. He realizes that the Pan-Galactic Placement Services know where Carol is and begins fighting Flicker and his agents. He uses his ring to free Brick, and Quarry, destroying their individual breaker switches. The Pan-Galactic Placement Services blasts them all out of an airlock, then flies away, leaving them adrift in space. Manages to grab one of Flicker's agents before being ejected into outer space. And Hal prepares to force the alien to lead them to the last known whereabouts of Star Sapphire.
Man, every time you say it just reminds me of Frozen 2, Into the Woods, the song.
I thought they were going to say, aha, take a...
I've heard of aha. I don't think I can refer to any of their specific songs or music. But
I have a stupid question.
This is the place for it, sir.
I definitely have a stupid answer, whatever it is.
I'm sure you do.
I mean, you're a normal, everyday corporate HR person. Are you really going to want to mess with Green Lanterns? I mean, really? I mean, is it worth the trouble?
Yeah.
Yes, but they're intergalactic HR, and I think they're like criminal intergalactic HR, Will.
Okay.
And is it humanoid resources?
Yeah, probably.
There's your stupid answer.
Well, you were.
I mean, it doesn't seem to me like we don't how much time has passed since the Corps went away versus now, and the Corps coming back. So I would still think though that Green Lanterns, they've been around for at least thousands and thousands of years. So the rest of the universe probably has heard of them.
I mean, they seem to have done their research, but they're still going forward.
Mm-hmm.
When will these bozos learn?
I mean, well, again, too, is it kind of like it's, before the Green, you could like fear the Green Lanterns because it's like you're up to some crap. You got 3,600 backups that you could call in.
True.
Now it's like, oh, how many of you are left? 6, 8, whatever.
Yeah. It does seem a little easier to handle numbers-wise that way.
Yeah.
And again, Will, the whole HR thing, I mean, this isn't this setup isn't exactly normal. Like Matt was saying that when we were covering 20, I mean, look at Flicker's costume there. I mean, come on.
That's true. Do you get the feeling he was being set up to be a new, uber powerful villain that Hal could go up against, in the coming months and years, and it just didn't have. They were,
Yeah, I would think maybe in issue 20 it does, but in 21 he seems to have fallen amongst the ranks of featured henchmen.
Yeah,
because
not really.
I mean, they really
got a lot to do.
They really don't do much with him past like what we're covering next week. I mean, they really don't. After like 24, we really don't see much of Flicker, do we?
And it's a cool name too. It's simple, but it's to the point.
Do we? I wonder if we see him at all during the post Emerald Twilight era.
We'll find out. I'm trying to remember. I don't think Cal Rayner ever ran it though.
No.
But yes,
I may have to do some research on that.
in the Pete, the post Emerald Twilight era,
Pete.
also known as Pete.
Pete. What up, Pete? But I mean, look at Flicker's face. I mean, it looks like if like Fire Lord and Joker had a baby or something.
Yeah.
And then he's wearing some outfit that like Elton John would put on to like drive through the Everglades.
You had to bring in Florida Man, huh?
That's right. All weirdness.
Saturday night's all right for bath salts.
Hey,
Crocs.
Yeah.
All craziness, man.
Or alligators.
All the craziness originates in Florida.
Hey man, who you gonna call to come get a pit bull out of a gang's yard? A crazy white girl?
Yeah.
So yeah. Again, more happens in this issue, but it's just a lot of HR interview, and then it's like, hey, we got to break free.
Yeah, I did enjoy the psychological torment of the interview, and it started off a little kind of jarring because you just see Hal get abducted at the end of the previous issue, and then all of a sudden he's in this thing, and it's a good showcase for the artist to draw different characters and mess with Hal's mind a little bit, but Yeah, I don't know. It was just an element of it. I feel like there was a lot more going on in this issue than the previous one. But,
yeah, but still not. Still not
enough
a whole lot happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, they're both kind of just set up for next what we're covering next week. The 3 issues we're doing next week. Yeah.
Gotcha.
22, 23, 24.
And then something happens after 24. I don't know what that would be, but something.
25.
Did something happen at 25?
Well, like I said, I mean, it's a good issue because Hal and Guy go at it, and again, that paves the way for everyone to get their own book. So I think stuff really takes off there until Emerald Twilight.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna weep the whole time when we do Emerald Twilight?
No, I'm over it. It made. Looking back, it was. I was really disappointed that I wasn't able to read the Green Lantern I wanted to read, but I still kept reading the title for quite a while, and ultimately.
And I mean, I think Ron Mars does a good job with on the cow stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was well done, and Derek Robertson, that's an artist. He's a great artist. It's just ultimately after a few, I think I made it into the 100s and decided that it's not working for me at this point. I mean, it still was good. It's just it wasn't.
Oh, hold on now.
For.
I will show off some artwork. Hold on.
Okay.
The first artist Ron Mars had was Daryl Banks, wasn't it? Because I bought this.
It's Daryl Banks, not Derek Robertson.
I bought this at a con.
Whoops! Don't tear it up, man.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah, Derek Robertson was Transmetropolitan, and I don't know why I got those two mixed up. But yeah, Daryl Banks was on Green Lantern for years and years, and yeah, he's an awesome artist.
I was gonna say I gotta find a place to put that behind me where it show up on camera, but I'm running out of space. The camera only shows so much.
You could put it in front of that dresser right behind you because it would get the top part of it. Of course, you wouldn't be able to use the dresser anymore.
Well, that's not a dresser. It's it's an electric fireplace.
Oh, okay.
You can't. The flames are too low. You can't see it. But yeah.
Locally made by the Pennsylvania Amish. One of those.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, but they did that. That's kind of a weird thing. The Amish people would sell like fake electric fireplaces.
That is awesome.
I thought they didn't like electricity, but they can. I don't know. It's magic. I had one for a while. I liked it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my podcasting room is basically a breezeway. There's like no vents out here, so yeah, that keeps me warm in the winter. And then I got a ceiling fan and stuff for the summer and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, the Amish. Yeah, as long as they don't use it, I guess it's fine.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god,
we'll build for it.
It took a long time for them to deliver it on one of those buggies, but when it finally got here.
Oh my god, you want a great Amish story? Like one of my buddies, this was like right after high school, like. I don't know, he was on a trip with some people. They went into like a McDonald's up in like Amish country or something, or it was nearby. And they saw a bunch of Amish people. He said he saw some like cute girl. He asked her for her phone number. She goes, I don't have a phone. He goes, well, who's the nearest person near you that has a phone?
Wow.
He was gonna call the neighbor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna work, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's 50 miles away.
That's also, if any female listeners who are single are listening and are sick of getting hit on by guys, you can say,
Amish.
I'm Amish. I can't text you. You're gonna have to slide into my P.O. box, not my DMs.
Not the DMs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or just look at them straight face and just in perfect English say, I don't speak English.
Yeah. I only speak Amish.
I don't speak English. I speak Australian.
Sausage! It's fine having a sausage fest.
See what happens when you don't send feedback in, Ray. I told you. Get hit with the drops, man. Oh, yeah.
Sausage!
Because he is sausage, man.
Sausage man, does whatever a sausage can.
Thank you, Russell. All right.
When
so,
the drop is also a jingle, that makes it just next level.
That's next level.
well, he was like, I
Totally.
sent you a couple little themes for Ram. I'm like, what themes? And I was listening. I'm like, oh, okay.
The big bazooka.
All right. So anything else on these?
No, I don't have anything, Matt.
Not really, except I'm always critical of saying that it could have been maybe one issue that leads into the next 3-parter. But, I mean, I did like some of the little avenues that they went down, but there was a lot of the issue 20 that I just didn't really need that much. And parts of 21, too. That's why I think it could have just been mashed together. And,
Well, and I think that's a really valid criticism of his writing. I mean, if you look at the first 8 issues, The Road Back, right?
yes.
That could have been edited down and I think been more effective as as a story.
You didn't need as much Hal soul searching.
Yeah, I mean, I think I get what he was trying to do, but he seems to take a long time to do it sometimes.
Yeah, and I understand that it's probably trying to please multiple masters when it comes to editors wanting monthly content and fans wanting a specific Green Lantern and trying to showcase
Everybody,
one or all 3 or more, and then the little supporting cast of the intergalactic leftover of the 8. So I understand the struggle, but that doesn't mean that I can't still whine about it 30 years later.
Exactly. I'm totally with you there, man. I mean, and I think that might have been part of the problem was that he tried to please everybody and ended up pleasing nobody.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder too. I mean, again, this was still back in the day when they cared about continuity. It's like, Guy was in the Justice League book. You kind of have to work around their schedule too. Have to work together and be like, okay, well, where's
Yeah.
I mean, but you could, but then effectively just write him out of the book and let Justice League have him.
Well, I mean, I guess they wanted all the active Green Lanterns, but I mean, like you said, in the beginning of issue 20, it's like, okay, here's why Guy's not going to show up a lot in this story because he's busy with the Justice League.
He's beating on Despero. Sorry, Pink Savage Dragon.
Smacked in the wall. But
yeah.
So yeah.
But I'm still intrigued and looking forward to read the next 3 issues. So, as someone who hasn't read ahead and didn't read it back then, I guess they got the job done. Because if I was buying them off the newsstands, I would probably still continue to.
All right, let's get the tease for the next one. Yeah, because they tracked down Star Sapphire and then they have to call in reinforcements. And Brick's like, "Oh yeah, I called everyone." And Hal's like, "Wait, everyone?" He's like, "You didn't call John, did you?" And she's like, "Yeah, why?"
No, not a good thing. Bad thing. Bad thing.
I have to try to keep him from killing my ex-girlfriend who killed his wife.
Yeah. Not a good situation to be in.
Not at all.
Alright, so let's see. Let's pull up the old schedule here. Like I said, next week will be Green Lantern 22 through 24, so 3 issues there. And then hopefully once we get to like Emerald Twilight and past that, once some of these books are more accessible digitally and stuff, we start getting more feedback. Because I know Russell's been sending a lot of feedback to our other shows. Next week 22 through 24. Then in 2 weeks, Green Lantern Corps Quarterly #1. I believe the first appearance of Jack T. Chance.
T. Chance. Actually, I remember him now. I had not thought about him in a long time.
Trench coat.
Trench coat wearing Green Lantern.
Green Lantern then 3 weeks, Green Lantern Mosaic 1 through 4.
I think Matt, I think you're really going to enjoy Mosaic.
Yes.
Start that trippy ride, yes. And then the week after that, the next live read, Green Lantern 25. My Hal Jordan and my Guy Gardner are going to duke it out.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Then after that, there's so we'll be going into the Guy Gardner series and Mosaic and then Green Lantern. And then the Quarterly lasted for, was it 8 issues? Or
wait, which one?
Green Lantern Corps Quarterly?
Yeah, I think it lasted for 8. Yeah, we're not going to cover all of them, but I have one on there, and then I think I might. Do I have like 7 and 8? I don't think I have any of the other ones, but yeah, because a lot of them are like flashbacks and stuff. But yeah, no. After 25, we got Ganthet's Tale.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
have you read that one, Matt?
No, I'm not.
It's good, and it's got good John Byrne art. So
classic John Byrne art with
awesome,
based on the story by Larry Niven. I think it was a sci-fi grandmaster. So yeah, it's
and of course
it's really good.
And of course he loves it because it's a Hal Jordan story too.
Well, duh.
Oh yeah. We got good
However, okay, I'm gonna admit something here. I think that Mosaic is better than the Hal stories that we get in this volume.
Oh,
so I'm just putting that out there. But I think Mosaic is that good, and I think if the main Green Lantern series would have been that good, there wouldn't have been a Emerald Twilight.
Yeah, because they said the sales weren't there on that book. That's why they did it.
Yeah.
And again, it was the 90s. It was the age of the event.
Exactly
the shocking events like Death of Superman, Nightfall. I mean, they did them all.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't kill them all, but
they replaced them all. So.
I mean, maybe along our way, let's see if we can find the point where they decided to do Emerald Twilight. Because I think they were building up Hal for a while, and then once they started to do Emerald Twilight, they're like, "All right, let's bring him back now."
Well, I think I remember reading some interviews later that he was going to leave after 50, no matter what, to bring in some new blood. It was just not going to be,
They're just gonna,
as bloody or as villainous, and exit basically.
Oh, Hal was going to leave no matter what.
Yeah, I think so. I seem to remember reading some interviews around the time. I'll have to see if I can find them or do some searches for them, because there's a lot of stuff I think in Wizard around that time.
Because again,
I'm
always like, why did they have to make him like a big villain? Why couldn't they have just like depowered him or something? Or he could have like mentored Cal or something, or just go to the Dark Stars with Jon Stewart or something.
Yeah, I mean, that was part of it was okay, I can deal with hey, this book's not going to be about him for a while, but then to make him a villain. Basically,
I think they wanted to draw a line in the sand to be like, okay, look, we're not bringing Hal Jordan back. Well,
exactly, and we're not bringing anybody back. It's gone. It's over. You got one Green Lantern, one ring, one lantern. That's it.
I mean, John becomes a Dark Star. Guy Gardner gets a whole new power set. But I think they were like, oh, if Hal Jordan's still hanging around, everyone's going to be like every month, oh, when's he getting his ring back? When's he getting his ring back?
Yeah, and then they brought Jade in, eventually, so she's kind of Green Lantern-ish powers.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of-ish, so...
I thought you were going to say, Kyle Rayner, a ladies' man, I mean... Well, we'll get to the fridging thing, but then he dates Donna Troy, and then he dates Jade.
Yeah. It's, and then... I think we mentioned this earlier, there was a big crossover where he brought the Corps kind of back, but it was all kind of a dream. I don't even remember. I'll have to look that up because I can't remember what it was. It was like 6 books or 8 books. 6 books with the bookends or something.
Yeah. Was it Circle? Are you talking about Circle?
Circle of Fire. Yeah. Circle of Fire. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I mean that was in the post 100s, right?
Yeah. I don't think it was that long after. Yeah. I haven't read that in such a long time. Yeah.
But then, like after 100, they do the Emerald Knights crossover with Hal and. Hal from the past.
Yeah,
good Hal.
Yeah, because he gives him an old ring that can replicate itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then things get weird for our buddy Hal Jordan after Final Night, right?
Oh yeah.
The Spectre.
Yeah,
he even had his own series for a while as the Spectre, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think I read any of that, but yeah,
I'm gonna have to go look that up and see.
Yeah, because that's where he's at once Rebirth starts. He's still the Spectre. Yeah,
he's still the Spectre. Yeah,
but that's way in the future.
Way in the future.
Oh, there's Russell. Hey, stopping by to say hello. Yes, I played your Ray themed songs, Russell.
And that intro's awesome too.
Oh yeah, the intro for Sector 2814. Thank you. But I was going to say a little more current. I think it's in June. Yeah, we're going to do a big crossover with a bunch of any DC show we do when we do the Calypso annual, Green Lantern annual 1.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I kind of have it set up on our Nightwing show. We're going to do the Titans annual, and then me and Lilith are going to do like the Batman annuals. I think there's a Batman and Detective for Calypso. So
I remember hating that book because the Eclipso #1 has a giant plastic diamond on the front of it. You can't stack them. You can't do anything with them because they've got this big diamond thing on the top of them. Like, you gotta be kidding me, man. Come on.
Diamond formation. All right. So we ready to get out of here?
Sounds good to me.
All right, King. So Kona can just close it. He's already laying down. Let him close his eyes.
I mean, I don't know what's to come ahead, so I have nothing to add to.
Well, no, I'm just you look comfy. I'm just oh yes.
Yeah.
I am very comfortable. I kind of have to hold my head up like this to not sink into the pillow and just be, a stereotype of the South Park World of Warcraft guy on the computer.
I was gonna say.
Matt, if you can find it, Far Sector. I'd be curious what you think about Far Sector.
Okay.
Phil and I have been talking a little bit about it, but I'd love to hear your input on it too, because I think it's pretty cool, and I think you might as well.
Yeah, because I think
I'll look for it.
A lot of the stores don't have all the issues, but it's available digitally. I mean, I think either by DC Universe has it.
This is a new book, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a 12-issue series. What is it, 10 so far?
I think they're up to 10. Yeah, the cover's in the newsletter last night. The Far Sector.
Or I can send you some info. Yeah, it's a new. It's a new woman Green Lantern. Yeah, but it's good. The art's really good.
Oh, okay.
All right, Kitty. So
cool.
Again, send your thoughts next time. Green Lantern 22 through 24. Oh yeah, there's the Far Sector. Yeah. I tried contacting the writer. She never got back to me. I'd love to do an interview.
Oh, yeah, that would be interesting.
So, interesting. So internet, use your powers for good and bug her to give us an interview. And then send her and your thoughts to capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join Book of Oa, or Facebook fan group. Find links to all of the various social medias for all of our shows. Find links to this YouTube channel. Please go follow us there. Go subscribe. Links to the Patreon, links to merchandise, links to everything. All at Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support the sponsors, Tweaked Audio and Hunt a Killer. Use the code Southgate for both of those for a discount. And go pick up Pod Life the book, now in digital and paperback. Audio book coming soon. That's right. You'll be able to hear me read my chapter once I record it. So yes, and get that on Amazon. And when you do, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that flickering fancy man, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom.
You're weak sauce. Mark my words.
All right. Besides a nice comfy bed, Matt Kona, where can people find you?
On Instagram, mostly at Matt Kona, and that's also my name on Facebook and Twitter. I mostly just look and retweet the new podcasts of this show, or Ultimate Spider Cast when I'm on once a month talking about Ben Reilly with you and Ray. That's it.
Hold on, we need this for drops.
Oh yeah, next month we're going to cover maximum clonage. Oh my god, did you see, I guess the new thing after King in Black is going to be Extreme Carnage?
No.
Because we've never had enough symbiote stuff.
Sure.
We need more.
I mean, like Lil said, we admit it, King in Black was good, but now they're going to milk the damn thing again until people get sick of it. Comic books. Will Allred, Master of the Core, Master of the Kickstarter. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and probably Instagram, although I'm a really bad Instagram user. So you can also find me at Diary of Night. DiaryofNight.com is it's my self-published with art by Gene Gonzalez. It's a pretty good book, I think. It's beautiful.
It is.
Then Crossover Division is the latest book that I'm working with artist Pablo Martinena. And it is going to be shipping out soon. Yay! From Kickstarter. Ooh. So, and then finally, as it's probably no surprise, a bit of Quasar fan here. I'm in good company, I think. You can always find out really cool stuff about Quasar at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
That's right. Like I said, once we get some of those Guardians of the Galaxy issues, if Quasar is in a bunch of those, I think we're going to have to drop a Quantum Zone somewhere. So, yes, let's keep an eye on this podcast, kids, for the much-awaited episode 153.
He goes limp in my grip.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
He does love the party. All right. Again, join us next week. Big space fight.
That's kind.
Whatever did happen to Star Sapphire after Action Comics Weekly? We didn't find out. Let me get that weekly meeting of the Green Lanterns that me and Coda were talking about. We said now that there's like a handful of them, it seems like they always come together every few seconds. Alright, kids, come back next time. Remember, do not flicker out and fade away.
Hi, I'm one of the High Priests of Khonshu Ray, and I have the sacred privilege of providing you, the loony listener, with a podcast honouring Marvel's very own Moon Knight. So join me and a host of others at Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, or support the show by becoming a Patreon member. Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. It's time to get your Khonshu on.